All right, here we go. We are headed into our next semifinal. The action doesn't stop. We've got our black belt light feather division. We've got Diego Batista, of course, in the white gi out of AOJ. We've got Shoya Ishiguro from Carpe Diem. We've got a double pull to start us off.
Shoya comes up on top. Pato, the 3-time black belt world champion. Won titles in 21, 23, and 24. Shoya Ishiguro's had a great year as well. Took silver at the Europeans. Pato in on a triangle early.
Oh, wow. Pulls that elbow to open up the shoulder. Comes over potential omoplata and is released.
Great defense by Shoya Ishiguro.
We see this very often from Pato, this lasso and reverse de la Riva combination. So his left leg threaded over through, and then his right leg typically on the inside of both. But he might switch and come over the top here. Wow.
Beautiful sweep by Diego Pato. 2 points. Ends up in Shoya Ishiguro's single leg X.
See, that's the kind of stuff we get to see from the lasso with someone super active like Pato, right? A lot of times the Pato can be the lasso can be like a killer of a stalemate in a match, but whenever Pato is there, he has so many lightning fast attacks he throws up. It's really fun to watch. Like Shoya was potentially looking for 50-50 there, but Diego was able to out angle and kind of step through.
Interesting leg entanglement. It looked like Shoya was still trying to go for the 50-50. Pato got his left knee in between his legs.
Yeah, it seems here, Shoya is going to return the sweep, and he's going to come up on top. But if you notice Pato's energy, even though there's the footlock in play here, it doesn't mean it's not dangerous, but I think Pato was preferring to accept the sweep rather than to have a worse position develop. And so oftentimes we see high-level competitors will accept a sweep because they know they can sweep back, and there's a readjustment they want to make in the process.
Two right now with Pato leading by 1 advantage. Excuse me, Shoya leading by 1 advantage coming up from the double guard pull.
Yeah,
now,
Pato comes up, has that 2.
More.
One of those adjustments I think he was making was the sleeve position, because when Shoya swept him, I think he had the ankle lock grip. And so what Diego was able to do on bottom was to readjust the gripping positions and get the sleeve and then come up into a better passing position rather than fighting the sweep with poor grips, right? So it's not the kind of thing you necessarily do in the last 10 seconds, but if you've got 7 minutes ahead of you, then we see that quite often.
Been really impressed with Shoya's guard this year. Fought Diogo Hayes in the final of the Europeans. And just his guard retention, his ability to defend a variety of different guard passes. It's been really impressive.
And speaking of Diogo Hayes, he's on the opposite mat right now in a semifinal with Leonardo Pereira. So we've got really fun finals no matter which way this goes. Pato really picking up some steam here now, and you can hear the AOJ crowd getting really excited. We know Pato excels from these really grindy, heavy passes from double unders and double overs, and right now uses that double over position to come through and start to get some passing work here from that butterfly. He really smartly brings that left foot. You'll see his left foot stapling inside the hamstring. And when he does this, this is going to allow him to bring his right knee up and over, probably to the mount. Obviously, we see a little bit of lockdown defense here from Shoya, but it's probably not going to be too long-lived. And yes, right knee is starting to come up, and he switches it back into half guard to give himself a better opportunity to pass, because Shoya is really trying hard to go underneath here. You could see him trying to scrunch his body underneath Pato, trying to get his head closer to his knee. And Pato's probably going to try to either stretch his body back out, where he could use the lapel to do that. can tell Pato's trying to keep his hips nice, low, and heavy here so he doesn't get elevated so Shoya can't go back underneath.
Shoya's kind of stepping on Pato's leg with his left foot, trying to get back to a better position. Pato's just trying to incrementally advance inch by inch.
Wow, recovery there
Great
from Shoya,
recovery
beautiful.
from Shoya Ishiguro.
One of the things you'll notice with Pato is he's really good. We were talking about like, oh, double overs, double unders, and he finds himself in the butterfly guard. Okay, he's stepping over. I think he may have looked up a little confused now, wondering why there wasn't an advantage, if I'm not mistaken. Just because he did force the half guard position and then was put back in the guard. So typically if you work your way to half guard. Oh, climbing the guard up is Shoya. But I was going to mention earlier, when he finds himself in these heavy pass positions, you'll notice, oh, locks both of those legs together now. He has both of Shoya's knees almost collapsed underneath him. You'll notice he switches his hips from left to right very seamlessly. So he'll go high like this and find himself knee cutting.
Oh, that's going to be a pass
wow.
for Diego Pato. 3 points. Big lead here now, 7-2.
Yeah, that was coming, like you said, Danny, little by little, inching his way closer and really fatiguing the guard of Shoya, right? I think that's a big part of this. Tries to step over to the mount. A lot of times with our great guard passers, you don't see them pass in the first go, but they fatigue someone's guard over and over through the match so that there's so much weight on the hip flexors, on the hamstrings that sometimes, you know, the guard just collapses underneath. And Pato's definitely someone who does that to people quite a bit because he switches his hips so well from left to right. Goes between knee cuts and mounts and relentless, really.
Great work by Shoya, getting free of the side control.
Well, Shoya has his left foot in the lapel here, which is keeping him just safe enough from Pato's next pass attempt. Uses that to keep some extension. Shoya still has his foot in the lapel, though, which can be used to off-balance Pato.
And the foot's like all the way behind his neck, which probably gives him a pretty good amount of leverage, I would think.
Yeah, yeah. And just uncomfortable in general for Pato, right? Because what it means is that if Pato tries to drive forward into the pass, he's going to be knocked right back by that foot. So he kind of has to be patient here and wait till he can release a little bit of that position on his upper body to move forward. Shoya recovers here to close guard. Really tells you a lot about Ishiguro's guard retention and also his resilience because not many people get their guard passed by Pato and then recover, right?
Yeah, one theme that I noticed is people who have good guard retention usually have really good escapes, and that's what we just saw from Shoya Ishiguro.
Brings that collar from behind the armpit. Looked like he was going to go for like a cross-collar choke with it at first, but now he actually opts to switch back to that same position where his foot's in the lapel. Just looking to underhook that near side leg, it looks like, and then it looks to me like he's going to try to open up that left foot and with a big extension, almost like a spider guard sweep, and then underhook the leg with his right hand to kind of help him take Pato over the top.
Almost like a modified like pendulum sweep?
Yeah, yeah, like a pendulum sweep with the lapel, right? We see it sometimes, but it's not super common, right, this position. It's definitely very creative. So he opts for like that pocket grip instead where you can punch your knuckles in. Oh, but I think in the process of trying to reach for that grip, he actually, Pato made the space to step over and force half guard one more time.
Pato seems to be using the same strategy he used to pass the guard earlier, inching forward, working his way into the half guard. Shoya recovers again. Just 40 seconds remain in this light featherweight semifinal at the 2025 IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Diego Pato leading Shoya Ishiguro by 5 points.
Potentially another pass here. But Shoya continuing to stay in the game. Inverts was looking like they might land at 50-50, but and they are in 50-50, but Shoya comes up on top. Diego answers back as though, so not to concede those 2 points. And it's looking very likely that Pato is going to be moving forward here. Last submission attempt from Shoya all the way through to the end.
That'll do it. Diego Pato Oliveira advances to another final. This time it's the light featherweight division at the 2025 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. He'll have a chance to go for his 4th black belt world title later on today. Same Pato, different day, says on the back of his gi. Great performance from Pato to advance to another black belt world's final. And also amazing work from Shoya Ishiguro. Well, Pato gets the win. We'll see him on later today in the light featherweight final.